stop me if you've heard this one before. Scalpers are at it again, specifically with console releases. And yes, we see it pretty much every time now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that ordering is usually based around websites mostly. And you end up fighting a bunch of bots and algorithms, things that are set up, scripts that are running in order to try to jump in line and, of course, pick these systems up. And, well, it looks like the Switch 2 is not immune to this, which shouldn't surprise many people because there is still a lot of interest and hype around this product. It's a new game console, new generation for a big brand like Nintendo. So despite all the back and forth online, it's still technically selling out across the world. Now, here's the thing. In the US, currently, April 9th is no longer in play, at least at the time of this recording, for pre-orders. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of the world has to wait to pre-order, and that's what we're going to over here today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you do, especially if you're trying to keep up to date on all the Switch 2 madness that's been going on right now, because it has indeed been madness and very tough to keep up with. And that's actually one of the reasons I started to look around a bit after I saw that the Switch 2 did go up for pre-order at many different places. In fact, at several locations currently across the world, it's actually selling out in a few minutes. Now, there are some places I've seen in Australia where it's actually still available for pre-order, but I think a lot of that comes down to the pricing, or at least the price point around it, where it tends to be a bit more expensive. But we are seeing, like, it's in places Europe. I see people are saying, like, in the UK, for example, it's sold out in a few minutes. On Amazon, even, we're seeing it go in and out of stock. So clearly there is still interest, even though the pricing around the system and the games have been a hot button topic right now. I mean, there's still enough people currently that are trying to buy it to sell the system out, at least at launch, which is about what I was expecting. I kind of feel like the Switch 2, just so people aren't shocked or surprised by some of these results, I think for the first 6 to 7 months throughout the holiday season in 2025, those systems are going to be pretty much accounted for right away. Like, it's going to be hard to get one of these things probably until, I assume, the start of next year, after the holiday season and all that buying power and stuff has cooled off a bit, where people are just throwing credit cards around most of it, you know what I mean, getting these for gifts and stuff. January, February, a bit of a quiet period where we'll maybe see them more on store shelves and readily available. But because it's selling out so quickly, yes, we are seeing scalpers take advantage of the situation, as they typically do. And I noticed over on eBay, I was just kind of searching around. I was like, I wonder if the Switch 2 is actually up for pre-order right now. Like, can you go on eBay and find these things because they're selling out? And naturally, there they are. And so this would be if I was gonna buy it right here in the US. I'm looking at here's one: the Mario Kart bundle pre-order confirmed order with shipping delivery from Canada. It's just under $900. So I look at that and I go, that's technically them doubling the price. Shipping there, including there, that's part of it. But they're like doubling the price for what it would typically go for in the US. You know, when we saw the PS5 going crazy, and it was $1,500 for a PS5. It was insanity at that time. We're not to that level, but also at that time we had like the pandemic, lockdown, stay inside. Like, you weren't going out and finding these systems at all. It seems like with the Switch 2, when we do get to launch, which June 5th is still the launch day for this system. Nintendo has not moved that around. They've just moved around that pre-order date for the US. It seems like something you can at least go into stores to pre-order this. And I'll kind of give you guys my strategy right now to try to get one of these things at least, because I do want to do a teardown here on the channel, do a teardown on the Pro Control, the Joy-Cons, all this stuff, so we can check it out and better understand what's going on inside of what I think is a pretty good technical leap from the current Switch. NVIDIA has some numbers out there. We'll go over that in a separate video. But I think we're seeing a very capable device right now being shown off at some of these hands-on events. And that, along with just the imminent release of a new generation, is going to cause stuff like this to happen. Now, it's very unfortunate because, yes, that means that people who are just trying to buy it for $450 or $500 are having a harder time. Now, what I like to do here, because I see 28 watchers, I do like to check to see if people are actually buying the thing, all right? So that to me is a big part of this. You can have all these listings at inflated prices, but if no one's actually buying them, then, like, who really cares? Well, people are actually buying them. Now, not as much as I was just showing, where this is $603 and like $10 shipping. eBay has their typical like their percentage they take off the top. So that's not much actually that you're making off of it, to where it doesn't feel like it's worth the time to do all of this. This one was a best offer accepted, but $120 delivery. So I've really seen mostly those two. There's one for $600. There's one for $850. I can't help them there. Although this says USA pre-order. This one also says USA pre-order. These two in particular had me scratching my head a bit, because it's not necessarily, hey, this is in Australia or Canada, which are the two countries that I'm mostly seeing showing up here. This is out of the US. I mean, it even says here, new pre-order free shipping. They're going to ship on June 5th. USA Switch 2. I don't really know how they got this pre-order in particular, because we are not getting pre-orders, again, my understanding, at this time on April 9th. We're still waiting for that. So this one was odd. They had two of them, actually. So I'm not really sure how that went down, unless they somehow pre-ordered it from another country, and then at that point, they were going to then sell you the pre-order from another country and just ship it to you. It's really hard to say how all of that was going to work. But let me know right now, if you're working in like retail or anything, let me know if there is a place right now that's decided to just take pre-orders anyway. Because while there is a specific way that it works with big box stores and Nintendo, they'll send a lot of messaging back and forth through wholesalers. You can still get just random smaller stores, or even like medium tier store, like chains. So you have multiple stores in one chain, maybe like 8 or 9. So it's not like a massive Best Buy or Walmart or Target or GameStop, but you still have enough buying power as a collective group of stores there to get systems like these on day one. I'm curious if maybe that happened, like slipped through the cracks and like someone got them there. That was just the strange one that stuck out to me. All the other ones pretty straightforward: Australia, Canada, etc., and usually 1.5 to 2 times the cost. And this is going to get more and more expensive as we go along. So yes, we are technically 2 months away from the Switch 2 officially releasing, and scalpers and resellers already found their way to it. And well, if that has any indication of it there with the USA Switch 2, that being about $800 to $850, I would expect double minimum when we get closer to release date, and there are none out there. So if you're looking for one, hopefully you're able to get it. My plan is to mostly keep an eye on GameStop, because we had someone during the Spawncast tell us in messages and stuff in the chat that they're working on a GameStop and they're planning a midnight release. I wanted to find a store that was doing that so I could get it at midnight and we can just get started like checking out the system right away. When the Switch first came out in 2017, I actually did a live stream like at midnight after picking it up, and we like unboxed it and checked it out. I think that'd be fun to do again, and I could have like multiple camera angles, overhead and stuff. We can just do a full unboxing and check it out right there on stream. I think that would be a lot of fun to kind of do that, go over it, and see what Nintendo has for us with this generation. But it's probably going to come down to GameStop or Best Buy through their app. I'm going to try to figure that out so we have one at launch night for us to check out here on the channel, and then eventually, of course, disassemble. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Are you surprised to hear that, yes, 2 months from launch, we're already dealing with scalpers popping up online, with the system going for at times more than double its suggested retail price? So hey, maybe $450 isn't looking so bad now. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.